And we're back. The TAKful Creator here. Let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, abundance, guidance, grace, mercy watch over us. And lead us in the name of God. Ashe. Ashe, 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 ashe. Okay, so this whole reading, I guess, is going to be about people who want to take, and not give. What is this? Yep, you're going to receive a tower moment. Congratulations. Yep, you're going to have this self-discovery moment where you are going to have to take this voyage inward so that you can seek the truth of what really needs to happen in your life. And what does that mean? It means you are going to triumph over whatever is setting you ablaze, like whatever is setting you back, whatever is setting you outside of the perimeters, right? If you're here and the perimeters over here, it's what's setting you over here outside of where you're supposed to be. One narrow path, which can be called your purpose, right? But how do you find your purpose? Well, first you have to like push away all of the energies of everyone else around you. Kind of go into hermit mode, okay? And I know that's hard in this industry. Oh, because we have this karmic male. I guess we're speaking on, and I'm saying a karmic male is because you're in karmic patterns. It's not necessarily with this, all this energy here. I'm being shown like you are in a transitional phase of really seeing like life for what it is right now and what you don't want it to be, right? So you're taking this journey within yourself. You're figuring out like who you actually are, who you want to be, how you want to show up in this world. And in order for you to actually be that, be the embodiment of it, you need to let go. But for some reason, you don't see how you can easily let go. You don't see the ways the divine has, you know, called you to push through what the matrix is saying, okay? And you have this lady here, right? That I'm gonna put her in the gems because she seems like a gem here, right? She's karmic only because she's a part of the patterns with you, but her being associated with all of these other gems, like all of the earthly naturalness, is showing me that she's only putting on this facade to move you into this light so you guys can transition into another light, okay? But in order for that to happen, you have to again seek solitude, figure out like who you are or who you were called to be by the people that were around you, right? Who you show up as instead of who other people want you to show up as. Like you have to really separate, like I don't want to say like make a list, but make a list of all the things that you really don't like about your life so that these tower moments can happen and you can move in grace. That's where this 19 up here at the top is. You can move in grace and accept these tower moments, accept the universe removing things from your path so that you don't have to show up in this nitpicky greediness, okay? Because naturally with you having to let go, you're going to need, right? So for example, you let go of money today, you're going to need money tomorrow. So there has to be some kind of transition so that you can be offered another opportunity to let go, right? To see if you have mastered the art of transition, okay? A lot of people are like, oh, I hate change, I hate change, I hate change. Change is a perspective, okay? It's a perception, all right? And it's a negative one. Why? Because change and transition are synonyms. But the only people who use change very often are people who are not accepting of it, people who are not very easygoing, who don't want to see new as better for you, not new as better against you, okay, or new as worse. But people who, you know, welcome progression and growth and understand that in order for a line graph to move in the upright, it has to move along a path and change in increments, because if it didn't change, it would just be one line across. But no one wants a graph where it's a line across. You want a graph that is ascending, right? That's going up. So you have to increase. That means you have to change for the positive, and that could be transitioning, okay? Because with change, you think of it as an end-all be-all, right? You don't think of it as you don't think of it as like a stepping stone. You think of it as a large leap into an unknown, and it's really not like that. It's really like a little stepping stone. Like, it's only, I scratch that. It could be a leap if, it's a massive task, and your perception is that even this massive task is going to need a massive solution. Sometimes a massive task just needs your awareness, and you being aware, it solves itself. Okay, so that's where we get in this sickle, this cutting off nature, this whole form over here of returning to yourself and having the tower moment is so that you can remove yourself. Okay, remove yourself from this karma, right? And realize this is all falling on these cards. This is where this energy is right now. They are focusing on the transition and this nitpickiness, right? Is this attached to the feminine energy? No. Is this attached to the masculine? No. It is what this masculine is going to end up showing up as, and this is why they are hesitant to even let this transition happen organically. Okay, because they think, well, what is the world going to see me as if I don't have, if I need to ask, well, it's natural law. Okay, people in the dealership, they're not like, well, we're not going to sell you a car unless you have a car already. What? That doesn't make sense, So just realize you're going to be put in a place where you have to be vulnerable. Okay, you have to receive. You have to accept receiving, and maybe that means asking, but you have to accept receiving so that when you give, it will be considered a blessing. Sometimes people give and it's forced and it's not in flow and it has so much negativity attached to it, and then you're upset that your offerings are not yielding you the result that you wanted. Well, your intention wasn't pure. Okay, so in order for you to have a pure intention, you need to exercise balance. You don't have right now. Sit in this energy for a little bit, because if you were in this energy of you needing and people not wanting to give to you, and so you basically croak because you can't even get scraps. So like, come on now. So take the positive for what they are, and that means overcoming these trials and tribulations, even if that is not sharing the news with anyone. Like, you can handle, your issues. That's the whole reason why the divine is calling on you. You can handle your issues. You don't need an audience. Because when you have an audience, I hate to use this terminology, but it can be like a peanut gallery. Like, it could be just an opportunity for people to voice their negativity, voice their toxicity, because you gave them an open forum. Now, to you, it was like, no, I gave you an open forum for positivity, but you can't control what people do, right? So you give people the space, they can act however they want to act. The whole purpose is making sure that you invite people who will act positively and accordingly to your purpose in your space. Okay? And that means that most likely seeing how this person is using, the energies that are attached to these gems over here in order to propel them into a less karmic state, even though they're having to deal with karma. Okay, they're protected throughout all this. So if you're able to take these tower moments and transition with this energy over here, right, then you'll be able to move to this divine couple light with the energy. Okay, because now you're being tested to see if you're able to transition with another energy as if that energy was yourself. Okay, sometimes it's hard to love yourself in certain ways because you can feel, right? But when you're able to love something that is outside of yourself, you're able to be a little bit more detached, and you're able to observe then the effects of things. Okay, and then shift accordingly. And by you doing all this energetic work for someone that you view as yourself, you will in turn overflow and do so much work on yourself, because you'll see it as an opportunity to practice, so you can go back to that other energy and be able to, show off. Okay, so is there anything else we need to know here? No? Alrighty, well, I wish you all the best. Yes, I wish us all the best. I'll see you soon. Until the next.